Am I about to register Mockingbird? Yeah, dude, Mockingbird is good. Like we have played this Jeskai energy deck a good amount and had good results with it, and Mockingbird has been an incredible card in the deck. Like, what's powerful about energy in a big way now, especially, is that when you have Guide Pride, Pride Pride, like any combination of these early is just such a powerful thing to be doing. And the best way to do that really is the Mockingbird stuff. And also, like, the Ranger-Captain loops with Mockingbird are very powerful. You get to lock opponents out of the game. You get to go, like, Ranger-Captain, search at Mockingbird, Mockingbird, copy Ranger-Captain, sack, do it again, again, again. I sincerely think that this could be the best energy build and nobody's playing it. I know the Esper Spirits gamers are thirsty for any kind of upgrades. So a hollow one, maybe? The Cliffs is kind of throwing me off a bit. All right, people playing Fatal Push. Our opponent is a certified thinker. Who clearly has another removal spell in their hand, so I think I'm just going to cast the Bombardment, which will make the removal spells less effective than playing Phelia, which will probably die again. I guess I could have just Bowmaster, but it seems less likely, and also the Bombardment's good against Bowmaster. So I can even play the Spyro next turn if I want to, and sack the Spyro to kill the Bowmaster. I might get Burning Inquiry here, though. I still don't know if they're playing Hollow One or just like a Rakdos list. The Wooded Foothills makes me think Hollow One. No Burning Inquiry, though. They would have pre-combated that. Could be Jund also, just like Jund midrange. I have splashed the Phelia Overlord synergy into Mardu energy. Is that too greedy? No. Seems worth testing, probably. Consider a Chthonian Nightmare. Just a single copy. Okay, nice. So they definitely have a removal spell, and they know about these, or they know about this in hand. So let's kill the Bowmaster. Do I think the new Gear Hulk will be playable in my green white Angelus? I don't know. I didn't know there was a new Gear Hulk out. So I'm taking 7 down to 4. If I go Guide plus Pride, I'm not like the most alive. So I guess do I go Guide, Pride, Static Prison? That I'm gonna get to gain 2 lives, so I'll be effectively at 4. I'll be alive. It's a good thing to be. Dead to another Bolt, dead to a Bowmaster. Unless I sack everything to kill the Channeler. Which seems probably incorrect. Could be right though. Could be okay. I'm dead to Unearth also. You know what? Let's do it. We got a Seasoned Pyromancer. If we draw maybe a land, we can maybe go Phelia plus Seasoned Pyromancer next turn. We have just a lot of good top decks. Let's just stay at 4. Kind of feels like they have the Bowmaster. So against Bowmaster, it could be better for me to go Phelia plus Discharge up this now. If I play the Seasoned Pyromancer, they'll play Bowmaster. I still get to kill it. I'll be at 3. I'm going to lose to a Lightning Bolt no matter what. What do you think about Mockingbird and a Rot Priest combo deck? Seems way better to just play Green Sun and Green Sun's Twilight. Okay, no Bowmaster, maybe. You can't Pyro and hold Discharge with 2 red. Maybe I misspoke, but the options were cast Season. Maybe you're thinking when I say kill the Bowmaster, you're talking about with Discharge. I'm talking about with Bombardment. That might be the confusion here. But yeah, I know. Discard Archon of Cruelty and Seasoned Pyromancer. A lot of unearths in the Archon of Cruelty deck. Let's go ahead and discharge this, I guess. So do I have lethal next turn if I hold these? I can go Ajani, Mockingbird, Ajani, get... It's a lot of tokens. Alternatively, like, flickering the Spyro is just like a lot of board presence. I think I'm going to flicker the Spyro. It's... Seems kind of close to me. Wasn't sure if they block like this. I guess I could cast the Mockingbird and have had like a 1/1 elemental instead of that's flying instead of one that's not. Kind of bluff Spell Pierce maybe this way. I don't know. Some stuff to consider. Now if they Archon of Cruelty me, it's not so bad because I could discard Phlage and just kill the Archon with the Phlage. Could also Mockingbird the Spyro next turn maybe, and then discard the Phlage, or maybe flicker with the Phelia. I hope they don't have a persist in their hand, I guess, but you know, it's beatable. Interesting that they're hasting something. This is like fear of missing out. We don't care about that. Do they have Channeler 3 and 4 in their hand? We're not dead to that, but it'd be pretty good. No, just one Channeler. Alright, goodbye, sweet Seasoned Pyromancer. You served us well. Don't want to go to 1, although I suppose our Mockingbird's not that good anymore. Just cast the Phlage, probably. Do they have Unearth? I think this is Thoughtseize. Oh. Okay, interesting timing. Let's pay an energy. You think it was reanimate there? It didn't seem that likely. Oh, I didn't upload correctly. Okay. We have lethal next turn because we can sack the Phlage to the Bombardment again. It should be fixed now. So if their last card is a spell, they're not dead. It is another Archon of Cruelty. I may just want to Mockingbird the Spyro this turn. Could haste it also. Let's just save it for next turn. But if I think I need to keep the Arena Phlage a little bit more reactive to a persist next turn. Because if I haste Phlage and then they Arc on me, my Arena's tapped, and all of a sudden I can't deal with the Phlage. So now if they attack with this, I can go block with the Ocelot Pride, stack the elemental token after first strike damage. Do you think Prowess stands a chance? Prowess has a chance, yeah. Also, is the record tracker wrong? Yeah, it is. We're not 0-0. Maybe we'll reset after this match. Or we're 0 and sorry, we're 0 and 0, not 0 and 1s. Game 1 of this league. So discarded Kroxa. This is pretty cool. I'm just like so scared of playing decks like this because you just cannot beat graveyard hate, but opponent's not afraid. And we're gonna go down to 4 after these Kroxa triggers are done. Oh, it's got fixed. Why 3 Phlages? Maybe mana curve considerations mostly. They're not super good at multiples. How many Phlages would you play? Are they dead if they attack? Yeah, I mean they're dead if they don't attack also, so the world's kind of their oyster. All right. Tank, attack, concede. All right, time to vacuum up some ghosts. Spellpiercer seems okay. So they probably have Bowmaster, they probably have FOMO, they have Spyro, they have Kroxa, and there's a good chance that they have Emperor of Bones too. I was playing Fatal Push. Let's maybe go down on the Phelias. They have enough juice for us to copy too. I'm down to keep in the Ranger-Captain. So just cut a Static Prison, not bringing the Spell Pierces. How do you feel about the Mardu Arena Titan deck? I remember playing it. I think it was fine. It didn't feel like anything super special, but it was pretty fun. It was something that, like, you know, if I was a normal streamer, maybe I would work on longer, but I'm not, so I don't know. Maybe going to 5 and trying to find Ghost Vacuum is better. Let's just try this hand. If about full art cards, like kind of everything in Magic, some of them are good and some of them are bad, and like everything in Magic, everyone expects very polarizing decisions or opinions. All right, can they beat a Ghost Vacuum? Been waffling it back and forth on the Steam vents. Not playing it at the moment. We'll see how that feels, I think. Kind of hope they cast a Seasoned Pyromancer for us to Mockingbird. There's an Archon of Cruelty in the yard now. I might put that into play with Ghost Vacuum this game. No Delirium. There's a second Archon too. If my opponent unearths Seasoned Pyromancer, would I let it resolve? They're not going to because I have the vacuum up, but like, I actually think I would just let it resolve. I think I'm gonna exile the looting too. Yeah, the over Molten Collapse is like kind of especially funny here too, right? Because I'm gonna Surveil, I think, this turn. Over Molten Collapse is very funny because Molten Collapse could kill my Ghost Vacuum. So now the plan is kind of maybe just get to 6 mana and let the Ghost Vacuum win me this game. Okay, Shock, they didn't bolt on their turn to try to get extra damage in. Collapse and Hollow and Sideboard, yes, no. I mean, just like what you're playing with it. It's probably fine. What you thinking about, opponent? Yeah, I don't usually like to do this, but I feel like this is a pretty good situation. Check out Molten Collapse or a Dread or Upgrade. Would Persist Archon Package make sense in a deck like Black Red Delirium, or is Hollow One straight up better? I mean, I think Hollow One is better, but it's kind of a more complicated question because the problem with these Rakdos decks is that the biggest problem with them is that you are very weak to graveyard hate, so you want to figure out a way to not actually maybe vacuum with the bolt. So if they have a removal spell for my guide, then I can sack the guide, kill the channeler, while still keeping up vacuum next turn to beat Graveyard Hate. I think that makes sense. Or reanimation. Okay, gonna pay. What was I saying? So Hollow One kind of intrinsically has that way to beat Graveyard Hate built in, because you have like Bowmaster Burning Inquiry, which is better than just Bowmaster by itself, and you have Hollow One, and maybe you have Flameblade Adept, but you just like can beat Graveyard Hate, and you can overwhelm it easier than Reanimator can too. So that's why the Hollow One plan is better, if that makes sense. But that's it's also kind of reductive to just to say better a lot without thinking of all that. Could have saved yourself 2 damage there, but I get you why'd you wait on the vacuum since it's 2 mana up. Yeah, exactly. Of course, we could have Ghost Vacuum to not take the hit from the Delirium, but with our opponent having 2 Archon of Cruelties in the graveyard, I think it's best to not just immediately lose the game if they have Persist, or even probably lose the game if they have Unearth. Why not pick up the Leyline? Enchantment would probably be harder for them to replace the graveyard. I would think that they would have more enchantments with cards like Fear of Missing Out and Detective's Phoenix potentially, but I think they almost definitely have more enchantments than instants. I think you're just wrong. Is Pyromancer good in Zoo better than Orc? No, I wouldn't play Seasoned Pyromancer in Domain Zoo. Okay, interesting timing on this. I think also just wrong. Right, another Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard, and then board's kind of contained. We get to Surveil again. Ghost Vacuum is like, I'm probably just gonna keep a land on top if I see a land on top. There's maybe like almost no point to even Surveil, because like what would I even graveyard here? Static Prison, Galvanic Discharge. Okay, there's enough cards. Another Bombardment. There's enough cards. Wasn't it better to sack the non-flying Guide of Souls? No, it's better to sacrifice the one that they're targeting with the removal spell, of course. Been a while since I've done this. Gonna be a tough one to lose. But like I said, you just play a Ghost Vacuum and they're like, oh shit, I have Dreadboard in my deck. Would sacking the prison and skipping Phlage with haste be better than Ajani here? Maybe. I think both lines are winning lines, and this I think both lines are winning lines, and I can do that next turn too. But maybe doing that to play around Graveyard Hate is better. That's bait. That's bait. %100 win rate. Jeskai Mockingbird. Like and subscribe. Put the iPad in front of your grandma. Make her watch the stream. I like to spin and then just see where it lands. This is I'm very interested in testing the mirror, because Mockingbird seems like it's likely very good in the mirror. Goodbye, Ocelot Pride. Goodbye. Oh, why did you stream set up? Did I move? I put this down here for the 24-hour stream, and then untap say. What are you doing with the Sacred Foundry? Nothing. Okay. I put the setup down here so that I could do the 24-hour stream more comfortably. And sorry, just thinking about everything here. So I can do the 24-hour stream more comfortably, and then I'm going to leave it down here for a few weeks so that I can redo my stream room upstairs. I'm going to switch rooms because my current room, it gets really hot in the summer, so I'm going to prepare for that, and then I'm also going to like put in some hardwood floors, I think. I'm going to try to do it myself. It's a pretty small room. Maybe not hardwood, like linoleum or something. But same house. It's also gonna be nice to be like down here, like the dogs are here. It's like a cozy room. So they're probably playing rhinos. No, that's us just guitaring. And piano. Yeah, it's nice in here for sure. Can't stay here forever. Jam Ranger-Captain then? No, this is better. Like, literally, I don't care if they rhinos here. My Ajani is going to be better than the rhinos. And this is, people are like, rhinos is back. I'm so scared. But why are you scared? This shit is just not... It's just weak against you playing game Magic the Gathering now. It wasn't always like this. But it's just not so tough. Go see if they have the Force of Negation blue card. I remember this when MH2 was coming out, and I was doing a little bit of work on the Rhinos deck, and I had a lot of people ask me this question very earnestly, very honestly. Spike, is 3 mana for 10 power good and modern? And this is, coming off of all these crazy broken eras, and so it was a pretty reasonable question to ask. Because like we had Hogak, Cascade Valky, we had all this stuff, but I was like, yes, it's good. I understand we've had a lot of broken Magic. It is good in this format, and it was good. Now it's not as good as it used to be. We have Leyline Scion, Oculus, Psychic Frog, Guide, Pride, Ajani. There's just a lot of ways to just like play Magic against it, where it's in the past you couldn't. Yeah, Land would be good. It's not bad either. Here's a good Guided Souls. You'll get the hang of it, elves. Magic. Captain's basically Time Walk. Yeah, Time Walk. Draw Guided Souls. And people hate this card. I just never will understand. Cast Mockingbird, they concede immediately. Alright, Consign is really good against them. Counters Binding, counters Scion, counters Cascade. Do I want to play Wear Tear also? Kinda do. I don't know if I want these Spell Pierces or not. Let's cut the Spyros, let's cut Bombardment number 3, and let's cut Galvanic Discharge number 4. You need Winota Brews? I mean, you would have to just play Winota as the top end in an Energy Shell with Ranger-Captain and Spyro. and it would be worse than normal energy. So that's what you can do with Winota. I don't think there's a better thing to do with Winota. I'll describe Ranger-Captain as a Aspiring Spike pet card. I think you would be right. Yeah. I love it though. I think that's why people don't want to play it, because they see me play this card too much. I love Ranger-Captain though. Will we ever find an application for Toski again? You know what? They did ban the One Ring, huh? Maybe one day. A blue source would be great to draw. Branding Green means Urza can come back. I have a good Urza deck. I think some people have been playing it. Urza's like actually playable again. And like one specific deck, maybe. You know what? I'll take it. Yeah, I think next turn going like Mockingbird, Mockingbird. Oh wait, sorry, I can't go double because I only have one blue source. It'll be okay. You can go Mockingbird, Prison, Prison, maybe. Would a Binding Grace be better than Flash 2-2 in the shell? No, I would not mean deck of Binding Grace. Phelia is fine. Flash 2-2 derogatory. I think I just want more Gydo Souls, y'all. I think this Gydo Soul is better than a Rhino. Do I double jump? Double jump's looking kind of juicy. I'm gonna get more energy next turn. Not so bad. Lands are good, spells are good. Also not so bad. Alright, best possible, still ahead. Imagine I just draw a land. I guess I have... I do have one more tap land in my deck, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, so we'll pay for this one. Yeah, thankfully no subtlety, because they could get the binding back. And this we can go 1, 2, 3. Surely I've tutored Dryad Arbor with Ranger-Captain before. Yeah, they graveyard a subtlety. Subtlety would have been fine next turn. Maybe they already have one in their hand. That could be a tell. Although I guess they're just kind of dying to this, aren't they? Remember when I thought binding was busted? Yeah, then we've lived for this era of static prison. Resolves. Untapped breeding pool. So this is to chump block with subtlety. So we're gonna go for the discharge after attacks. Not a bad draw. Oh, it's endurance. Fun, because I can't kill that. But it's still chump blocks, and I get to play this awesome game some more. Oh no, I had to cast Phlage instead. Sorry about that. It is over. No pre-combat, dude. Of course, yeah. I don't want to play pre-combat because of the subtlety that we were playing around. But the game ends here. No more Mockingbirds. I'll keep. Kind of want to lead on fetch land here, so I could maybe discharge their first play, or go Mockingbird plus Pride next turn, or maybe play Bombardment next turn and then do that. I think it's good to wait. I really am excited for this mirror, though. Mockingbird versus Orcish Bowmaster. Maybe they're just Boros, though. Seems like they've got some similar ideas. Fun with the upkeep stop, very important. Wouldn't want them to not have that. What does Boros play? Boros is like Blood Moon is their big thing. So I for me it's kind of close here between play Bombardment to play around their Bombardment versus going Guide Mockingbird this next turn, or playing around Blood Moon by casting these, but we're probably not beating Blood Moon anyways. So I have elected to play my own Bombardment. Yeah, the mana's tough. It's kind of hard to play a basic mountain here. I'm gonna flip. How does Phelia fit into the deck? Is it kind of a flex spot, or what's the reason for playing it? Well, they banned Amped Raptor, and Phelia sort of is just like the next best 2-drop. And I think it's also like kind of particularly good to go Phelia into Ranger-Captain in this build compared to maybe other builds of this deck that you could play. So I guess that's the idea. So it's kind of a weird like standoff here where if they go kill this, I kill this, but then this is just a 1/1, but just a 1/1's fine with the Bombardment in play. We don't just Phlage and kill Ajani Ragavan? I mean, the Phlage is still going to be good. I feel like I think I like this line. It's not really like the our cheap creatures are going to be particularly good against this Bombardment anyways, so I kind of like just being up a creature like this. It's kind of like chess trading a little bit. You like Phlage too? I feel like this is fine. The Phlage is still in the hand. The board is completely clear. If it targets a creature, they just sack. If it targets a creature, they just sack, so hitting a walker gets us life. Yeah, I mean, is the 3 life like all that important? Maybe it is. With Raptor gone, Primal Curse is gone as well. Do you think? Well, we had a build that didn't play Raptor, so you just play that build, and it's good in paper because your Infinite Life combo plan is pretty real. But it's not that your plan there is not very good on Magic Online. All right, pretty ahead here. Yeah, I got to play Ajani anyways. Ended up working out about the same, of course, because they did the same thing again. Interesting that they're playing this into the Phlage. Is their follow-up a Seasoned Pyromancer? It is. Yeah, they can gain 1 life. It's okay. So let's kill the Ocelot Pride. They're going to put me to 9, and then I'm going to be down to 7 after they sack both of these. Maybe maybe I'm going to target them with the second Phlage. I'm not sure. It's probably just better to target the creatures. Definitely targeting the Guide of Souls. And so, you know what? I think it's actually possible for me to die to like maybe double Ajani. Another Seasoned Pyromancer into something crazy. I'm going to be at 7, so yeah, the 3 extra life could come up. I guess it is only 1 extra life if they just don't block. Probably worked out better still. So if I don't kill this Ragavan, and my opponent's last card is 3rd Ajani, or they hit my own Ajani, how are we doing? Hitting Spiral Knot is basically the same since it represents 3 damage. No, it's 4. Right? Or when I target the Spyro, they ping me. So that's kind of the same as them preventing 3 life gain on my part and dealing me 1. Versus attack and ping is only 3 damage. Let's not ping it. They hit Arena of Glory. Let's go. Although, it would have been cool to haste this Phelia, I guess. How do you feel about the design of Arena of Glory? Is it too low cost for how powerful? Is it well balanced? Arena of Glory is not a well balanced card. But I think that's not exactly a big problem. It may sound a little weird, but you know it. Arena of Glory is very fun, and it is a card that like people get excited about, people enjoy playing with, and it is not a very balanced card. But I think that's not the biggest problem on that card specifically. I think it's okay. It's a little bit unbalanced. Okay, looks like we have lethal here. Oh wait, we don't because this is sorry. I forgot. I was counting like an extra 3 damage. Okay, now we do. I think probably. So yeah, like Arena, I think Arena of Glory is maybe a good example of an unbalanced card that's well designed. So they're down to 12, then down to 3. Yeah, I think we have them like exactly dead. Maybe 1 over exactly. Yeah, 1 over exactly. Like Atali. Yes, thank you, Commander Player. I love that you're here. Exactly like Atali. That card's very strong. Yeah, I hate it with my fellow commander player. I hate it with my commander opponent puts Atali onto the stack. I'm like, oh, not again. All right, just think vacuums in for the Phelias and 1 Ranger-Captain. Don't think I bring in Wear Tear. Could be okay to bring it in. Let's just do this. What's the price of Magic Online compared to real life? Like, generally worth it to play there if I want to own the cards, not rent them. Maybe like I think if you want to have like really long term goals and you want to own them, then that's fine, and that is something you can do. Some people do that. It is cheaper than Magic Online, or sorry, than paper, but and I guess it's also a bit more liquid where you get to move your cards around. But kind of at the same time, I generally recommend renting if you're new to Magic Online. This way you can change decks easier and not be so like stuck on one deck or cards, and you can be a bit more liquid. Like renting is good. It's a good service that they offer. Is there a viable Flagstones and Truck Air package? I've been playing this green-white Birthing Ritual deck that's main decking Night Orchid Phantom and Flagstones. Yeah, I don't really want to play the Static Prison to get rid of Ragavan when Seasoned Pyromancer should check the Ragavan really well next turn, so just play the Ghost Vacuum. Is there a site you can sell Moto cards to other players, a la Facebook groups? Yeah, it's this Twitch channel, actually. It's very similar to like a RuneScape market where you just go, selling Phelia, $2. Buying Splinter Twin, $90. You know, you're just a bunch of NPCs on a RuneScape market. Has always been the vibe I've wanted to curate on this channel. They hit an Ajani, but if they don't really want to flip this one. I personally prefer to own because I don't want to feel pressure to play when I don't necessarily want to. I think it's valid. The rental services also, at least Mana Traders, which is what I use, offers a feature where you can pause your subscription. So if you're not actively playing, you can just pause. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but because I'm always playing. So this is an interesting one. It would be pretty. I think we just actually. Oh wait, I don't have a bard. My brain is telling me I have a bombardment in play. Okay, we'll just take the graveyard value then. Huh? Was I seeing the future, perchance? The Ghost Vacuum is so good. So let's discard Static Prison and Aether Hub. I think that they could have Blood Moon in their deck still, so the Plains has some extra value there. What's the reason for so few Bowmasters? Isn't it good against Synergy and Frog decks? Yeah, I don't know. I think Bowmasters is good at the moment. I agree. It seems to be underrepresented. I'm not sure exactly why that's the case. So they're gonna hit me for 7 down to 4. Exile my Elemental token. 2 cards in their hand. They get a Ragavan trigger too. Not in great shape. Can K-Command set up Calibrated Blast and Miss Blasting? We've done that in a Is It Brain Surge shell, and it was okay. Nothing super special to write home about, though. Okay, Elegant Parlor. What did they hit off the Ragavan? They hit another Ajani. Is this my Ajani? This is their Ajani. Damn it. We're dead. Game 3. Let's mulligan. Well, I'm going to click the keep button. I'm going to put back Ranger-Captain. Let's draw land. Or they don't have removal. Could have been fine to lead on an Ocelot Pride instead here. It's a little bit weird because we are on a 1-lander. Fortunately, looks like they have a removal spell. We don't draw the land. Gonna need things to swing back around. Wrong direction. Swinging in the wrong direction. Dude, if I had been able to Mockingbird the guide there, would have been pretty nice. Is there any chance Modak will ever get a visual update? Could looking at this gives me anxiety amount? Well, I'll see what I can do. It did. You know what? As boring as Magic Online looks now, it used to look way worse. Like, unbelievably worse. All right, mulligan to 6 and Not drawing a second land, not a good way to beat the energy mirror. We've learned a lot today. I take it all back. Wait, it looks better now. Maybe you're right. Not gonna lie, it doesn't look that different. Kinda right. Does it look better? I think it might actually look better. So if they counterspell this, we can attack. Otherwise, we don't want to attack into Bowmaster. It's a good one to have. If you consider the age, the resolution, it looks better. So just grading on a curve. You know what you couldn't do? You know what you couldn't do in 2016? You couldn't look at the dungeons. The dungeons were not something you could just pop up at any time. So I want to go Ocelot Pride Mockingbird. Mockingbird the Frog. Yeah, let me see the 14 years ago. I think I played on this version for a tiny bit. This is the same client. This is literally the same client. Isn't that crazy? It is the same game. Like if you had this Kraken hatchling in your collection from 14 years ago, it's still there. Isn't that magical? You could have paid X0 for the Mockingbird. I was copying the Frog, brother. I'm not copying the Ocelot Pride. We're kind of cooked. I think I'm digging for Static Prison. All right. Cooked indeed. Something like this looks okay. If you Mockingbird, Oculus, do they have... No, you don't have to exile the 3 if you do that now. Yeah, Phelia is okay. They are pretty taxed on their fatal pushes. What's my opinion on the current state of Jeskai looting? I want to give a shot at the RC, I'm unsure. Well, I think Force of Negation got worse from when I was playing it, and that kind of makes the whole idea of like more of a tap out control deck worse. I don't think it's necessarily bad. But I think it's not as well positioned as when I played it a couple weeks ago. So that might change and that might not change, but keep an eye on it. Try reworking it. I don't really know how I would change it for the meta at the moment. Ooh. I love that this is kind of like just their headache to figure out. With like how many cards we discard, and we just get the Static Prison if they discard a bunch. Green-white Birthing Ritual with Splashing Black for the Amalia combo. Okay, Spike, hear me out. A deck that just already exists. that deck exists and is fine. That's just Amalia combo, you know what I mean? That's like just its own. We've played that deck on stream. You can't really have the whole Amalia combo and like the controlling elements of green white ritual, so you're just Amalia combo. Hey Evan. All right, let's go. Doesn't have a seed. Yeah, we've played a good amount of Amalia with even before Birthing Ritual came out, but also with Birthing Ritual. All right. 6 months ago, 10 months ago, 4 months ago. There's kind of two ways you can build it. You can be more combo-y now with Green Sun Zenith, or you can be playing Guide Pride and be a bit more like Convoking Return to the Ranks. You're missing your land drop. I would never keep a one-lander. Never have, never will. I've kept a couple today. Yeah, you can't Green Sun for Amalia, so I'm not like the biggest fan of it. But you know, you can Green Sun for Wildgrowth Walker, Sam. Not the biggest fan. Do you have subtlety, really? No, they have no will to live. Okay, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. They chose green there. Triple guide. It's a good time for a Mockingbird to shine. I would have liked to win the die roll, but sometimes you have to challenge yourself. Let's get ready to rumble. They reveal a Myco Spawn Forest, Utopia Sprawl Temple. Can take any of those. We do have 4 consigns in our sideboard. They do choose Eldrazi Temple. A Kozilek's Command would end me... end my career here. Not playing around it. No, stop. No, damn it. The Magus deck did well. I think we played 1 league 4-1. That deck's good. You can't just assume your creatures will survive against green and colorless mana. I mean, what did you want me to do? Nothing? We can't beat a Kozilek's Command. Kidding, I see. Oh, okay. I'm picking up a little bit more now. What are they getting? Coding? I get it. Okay, cool. I love when they just get coding and they say, all right, Karn is 4 mana, gain 3 life. Let me give you a chance to catch back up. I was never going to get anything else, don't worry. All right, a little bit of value there. So I was gonna flicker the static prison. I think I'm still gonna do that. And then we go Ajani, Mockingbird, Ajani, Flipadelphia. I think we'll make a token. Next, it's like plus 2 damage to +2, or +3 to do 0, then +2 next turn. We may intentionally let Static Prison die if we draw a fetch land next turn. Alright, their hand is Liquid Metal Coating and 3 other cards. If we get All Is Dusted, we do have Phlage, Arena of Glory. Don't feel like they played that many All Is Dust in the Utopia Sprawl builds. Okay, Worldbreaker. So they're going to go after my Arena, probably. They haven't chosen yet. They also have to get a Sanctum of Ugin trigger. I think Dewdrop Cure is worse than Return to the Ranks, especially if you're playing Guide Pride. I don't really get all these Dewdrop Cures people are playing. I don't really like the Solitude Ephemerate plan that you have here either. But good luck to you on your quest to Amalia, people. So they got an Emrakul. I'm not sure if they can cast it. No way. I'm not going to double check because I'm always taking this line. What? I don't need to do anything else. I kind of think I just beat Emrakul too, unless I draw something that hurts me. They could probably cast it. They got a lot of types in their yard. Looks fine. It's a deck that exists. You can find some other list online. Dude, Emrakul costs 5 mana. It was castable, it seems. No, not the coding. I don't know if there's anything they can do with that. Okay, so that's a good draw for them. I only have 1 energy, so they can't kill Ajani with it. They can... This is each opponent, so that they can't target me with the Ajani ability, thankfully. Ajani is immune to Emrakul, which doesn't make a lot of sense because Ajani got corrupted by the Phyrexians. Why can't Ajani be mind controlled by the Emrakul? Magic is losing its touch. What can they do with Phelia? They could flicker the Ajani and Legend roll 1 and not flip it, so... Yeah, they can or make a token. They might be able to, like, put themselves in a position where they're not dead because they can kill two attackers, and then they can discharge 1 thing. So get 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I guess they're not dead. They might be. I might get to ultimate the Ajani though, because like they're not going to make a cat. Maybe they plus. I mean, I guess they'll ultimate. As of late, I've been playing Dog Water, playing chess. Any stretches where you feel like you've been playing bad Magic? Do you have any tips for getting out of a slump? I mean, for me, I feel like anytime I've been playing Magic bad, it's just because I play too much, and my brain, like, I feel like I almost just subconsciously don't want to play anymore. So I usually just try to do something else. Yeah, they're just dead to the Ajani ultimate. Yeah, like this is something that you kind of have to learn. Maybe is that when you're trying to get really good at something, and like you're really passionate about it, and you have the fire to try to become like great at something, it can be very tempting to do nothing else and like put your entire like soul into it and everything you have. And like that's good, but you also have to understand like there's like really significant diminishing returns to trying to be great at something, and a more balanced life where you do other things and you exercise and take care of yourself. That'll also make you better. balance is critical, I think, for just like you have to improve holistically as a person to improve at one thing, because unfortunately we are, you know, constrained by our flesh. We don't have cybernetic implants yet. Crappy face for the 21 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Do you have time for a point deck tech? Yeah. Yes, I do. Doesn't that change if there's a big tournament or something coming up? No. I think this general advice of taking care of yourself and having balance in your life, making you better at Magic and, or better at whatever you're pursuing, is true, tournament or no. I'm mulligan this hand, I think. This hand does have double consign on the draw. We can maybe surveil, so I'm going to keep. Wait, where are the channel point decks I was told about? I was told someone would redeem channel points for deck tech instead of just saying, please, please. Oh, they've been turned off for a while? I see. Well, is that good? Maybe it's just time to retire the deck techs. I think it's chill. Let's like try to surveil again, hit another land drop. Maybe I wear it a turn, but my opponent's probably going to K command, right? Yeah, I have the time for one to redeem it. Don't redeem it. Don't redeem it. Esper Flash. Oh yeah, I forgot about those stupid Esper Flash decks. Like those, like I got like so many of them. Like someone would deck tech for Esper Flash, and within 10 minutes, someone else was deck teching basically the same deck, minus 1 or 2 cards. And that happened all week, and that was like actually the end of deck techs. It was just unsustainable. Well, we're pretty dead. Let's play it out. What's Esper Flash? Exactly! Exactly. Wait, what? I hit the wrong thing. My opponent says, sure, ... Well, I think you're gonna win this one. I did mean to counter the other side. This might work out better because the World Breaker situation. Sure, ... Alright, game 3 on the play. Let me play it's like a Wear Tear over for Static Prison. Kind of a 1 spell pierce too. Opponent who does nothing. Blue opponent who does nothing, turn 1, turn 2. Or I don't know. Can you deck tech your taxes? Give a little bit extra. Invested in some good karma. Is Team of Breach the strongest deck? Team of Breach is good. Like, so I think we're kind of returning to a modern where we have a format where there's a lot of archetype specialists, and some of them are just eating really good. Titan players could be eating good if you're like a master of Titan. I think kind of the same is true for the Breach decks. Like, there's like Breach almost has like a cult following where people are like, yes, Underwood Breach, it's the best deck, it's the best combo. I can big braid my way through anything, and it is kind of true. It's kind of true. It's kind of like if Splinter Twin was good. So, is it the best deck? I don't know, but is it a good deck that you can like just like master the deck and outplay a bunch of people? Yes, absolutely. The Titan player has won my FNM every week since the bans. He has won FNM almost every weekend beforehand. Wish I could say I was surprised. I do hear it's not well positioned, though. I do hear that, and I hear, I don't exactly believe it, but my ears do hear that a lot. Let's get ready to rumble. All right, they find a Karn or a Stomping Ground. Is Temur Breach still good if you can't afford Mox Opals? Yeah, I guess I'm not exactly sure. I thought that the current builds, I guess, are the Is It now instead. I think if you just have like the Mox Amber build instead, it really isn't going to be like a huge difference. Yeah, I had a Ragavan in this list, and then Dingo told me to cut it. So, and Dingo plays a lot more energy than I do, so I was like, okay. It's huge without Opal, not having to have a legendary plays big enough. Yeah, yes, I know Mox Opal is better than Mox Amber. If you have, I'm saying if you have Temur Breach with Mox Opals, you can play it at F&M, it'll be okay. And that's definitely true. But it's got a hard decision here. Takes 5. Looks like some lag. Sure. My opponent says GG. They're gonna all as dust me for sure. I've literally never been more all as dusted in my entire life. Every time the double Ajani was good. Wait, okay, they're actually just conceding. Okay, cool. Maybe they just don't have all as dust in their deck, and they're like, I can't beat this. I guess not. They're dead on board though, so let's go. Jeskai energy. We did lose energy, but we kept a one lander on game 3. I don't know. I think I have to keep that hand on the mulligan. It's kind of weird. I mean, I think this is a viable way to build energy. Energy's a good deck. It's kind of weird because I felt like the Mockingbird would give you a big advantage in the mirror. We lost the mirror, but we also kind of lost the normal mirror match stuff. I don't know if we have any huge conclusions. I just kind of want to show off the deck again because I feel like it's something I'd like to see people